how are you feeling, Gretchen, after missing the end of last season?
I'm feeling good. It's still a process trying to get fully back out there. So just working every day, with the coaches, athletic training staff, the doctors, and just focusing on getting a little bit better each day to get back where I was. But yeah, feeling good.
In terms of severity or missing time, is that the most severe injury you've had, or maybe the first injury you've had?
Yeah, it's the first really injury that I've had to sit out for. I've had a couple ankle sprains, but they just take a little bit of time. So this is my first long-term injury. So it's definitely something that I've learned a lot from. And I'm going to take it as, just a learning process instead of something that I'm going to dwell on. So
What was the biggest mental hurdle for you going through something like that?
I think I would say just staying patient is like the biggest thing I learned. I think when you're trying to recover from an injury, you're always thinking about where you want to be, instead of like those little successes that you have had, like thinking back to like where you were when the injury first happened. I think just staying patient and like I said, taking those little successes like every day, just trying to get like a little bit better and back to where you were, and just like taking that growth.
Those 10 games last season that you played really well for, I mean, what can you maybe take from that as you move forward in your career?
Yeah, I think about those a little bit, but I try not to, think too much about them just because it was a year ago. But, I was playing well and I enjoyed being out there with my teammates. So I think just getting back to that point and striving to be better than that is just, what I'm aiming for.
Does that maybe look, not your role having to step up from an on-court perspective, but then from a leadership perspective as well? What does that kind of look like for you this season, for you?
Yeah, I think we all knew that it was coming with the returners that are coming back, just because we've lost so many, and that's okay. Like, we're a whole new team, and everyone's going to step into their own roles. I think just being more vocal overall is an area that we're all trying to improve on. Being more vocal and bringing those new guys in too, and just team chemistry. We're really prioritizing spending more time with each other, getting to know each other this summer, so that transitions onto the court.
Shauna said she even started this conversation with you, Barry, Jazz, late last season of the postseason. What did those conversations kind of entail, and how did that maybe set the stage for the rest of the spring and the summer?
Yeah, they were great conversations. She was just letting us know that, we're all gonna have to step up, and we're the returners now, and the vets, so we have to bring in the team and be those vocal leaders on the court, at least to begin with, because as a newcomer, you don't know the system, you don't know exactly what's going on, so we have to be there to help them, and also with ourselves too. So I think everyone is stepping outside the comfort zone, which is a good thing, and everyone's being more vocal, and just lifting each other up.
Before the injury, it seems like your confidence was really high in terms of looking for your shot, scoring in a variety of different ways. You feel like that can carry over, even though you didn't play the full season, that can carry over to this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one of the main things, just to getting back how I was and trying to be even better. I think that confidence will come with me getting back out there more and just getting the reps that I was having before the injury. So yeah, I definitely think so. My coaches have been super helpful, and just guiding me through this process when I've been getting back on the court, so it's been good.
With such a roster turnover, there's obviously going to be on-court differences in terms of usage and what's expected of you. How do you kind of embrace that or lean into that in a role maybe not quite your high school 50 points or whatever, but a bigger role now?
Yeah, I think just doing whatever the team needs me to do, if that's scoring, if it's rebounding, defending, whatever it is that they need me to do. Roles haven't been obviously established yet. We're in the summer, so we're just getting that team chemistry, and that will come, people coming into their new roles, so it will come naturally to all of us.
This is kind of what you and Barry signed up for, right? To be the next wave. So now that it's here, what's that mean to you? What's that like to have that be real now?
It's really exciting, yeah. we know that we've lost a lot of people, and these are the returners now. So me, like, gonna be a junior, I think it's just like an exciting time that, you know, it's just a great opportunity to take. You know, you don't want to look too deep into it. You don't want to play your game and just focus on getting better each day, but it's an exciting time.
You allowed yourself to do anything on the court at this point without looking down at your leg and going, okay, I can do that. Is that part of the confidence?
Yeah, for sure. I think that is what gets better every day. You know, right as you start to get back out there, you're focusing more on your leg and whatever, but as you keep going and get more reps, you know, that goes away and you get back to your old self. So it definitely adds more confidence.
What do you think of the newcomers, Aaliyah, Maddie? What have they shown you in the first 2 weeks? Whatever?
Yeah, they've all been great. Aaliyah, Maddie, all the freshmen, they've all been like super receptive, I think, to all the information. You know, if we're giving them pointers, or the coaches, you know, like they take everything and they want to do better at the next rep. So, you know, we all get along really well, and like, yeah, they've just been very receptive and like just very willing to grow every day.
Shauna a couple times has said like there've been moments on the court where someone's had to draw a huddle up because that was always Kendall or Dow. What's that like when you know that's you now?
Yeah, it's definitely a little different right now. I think we'll get used to it, but like you said, like it was always KB and Dal and Jen like calling those huddles, and we knew that it was going to be have to be us. So it's getting more like comfortable every day when we do it, and it's us talking now and calling those huddles and bringing everyone together. So it's getting better, but definitely something that like we are adjusting to.
How much too are you just looking forward to building off what that senior group did and that legacy that they established and sort of building off of that?
Yeah, it's very exciting. Like they all left a legacy here, and we're just excited to like have the opportunity to expand on that. We want to focus on, you know, having our own journey, and we know we're not going to be like any of the teams previous. And I think every year is a new year, which is exciting. So just taking what they left here and growing on that is like what we're focusing on.